What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus Two Shots Dominguez, and with me tonight, it's Chris, the Stats Man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hey, random stat. Stephen Curry has more career-made three-pointers than he does free throws. So saw that today, going through stuff.
That is wild.
That is interesting.
I couldn't come up with anything tonight, Joey, unfortunately.
You're just staring at me. I was like,
I was trying to
I thought I was frozen.
More blades of grass, and I couldn't do
I
it.
thought I was frozen, and instead you just stared at me.
Not on my toes today. But joining us, it's the Lawn Boss, Joey McCroskey. Get that, Joe. Well played.
Okay, yeah, there you go. All right.
Love it. We're off to a good start. Well, hey, don't blame us. We're back off a little vacation here. We had some time off over the holidays. You guys enjoy your holidays? Good holidays?
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Christmas Day games were fantastic.
Everybody had a good time. Christmas Day game was good. New Year's was fun. Yeah. Well, we got a lot to talk about.
It's a great game.
It's a great game.
No,
it's a great game.
It's a great
game, bad result.
Great game, bad result. And a bad result for the man that had a great performance in that game, Jokic. He has a hyperextended knee, is what I'm seeing. Bone bruise, out for 4 weeks minimum until reevaluation. We're going to touch on that tonight. We're going to talk about the Spurs beating OKC a bunch of times, and OKC just having a rough patch there. And then we're going to talk about the Bulls having a great patch. And then we're going to maybe kick around some Trae Young trades. And then we have a fun topic from Joey tonight. Sorry there. I got a little ahead of myself with the Jokic stuff.
Great patch for the Bulls. Might be selling it real high, but
yeah,
it's all right.
It's a solid patch. Hey, anything we can sneak our Bulls in, it's a win
solid
for us.
Patch. I like that. That's better.
Solid patch. Yeah, I think I put that in the group chat. Solid patch. I didn't want to get too excited about it. Chris, you were the one that shamsed it for us, the injury there. Jokic going in our group chat. Jokic going down with the knee.
I saw it happen.
Yeah, we saw it happen. What did it look like? You were watching live. What happened? And then,
it was one of those things at first when you watch it, you're like, all right, did somebody size up a truly at him? You know, like you're trying to make sure. It's like, oh no, his own player accidentally just backed up and it just like extended his knee. You see him limping. And in the moment, you see him limping really hard. To be honest, looking at all these injuries, I think you look at that and you're like, oh, maybe it's not as bad. Because I feel like when they walk normally, it's like, oh, torn ACL. Or just, you know, it's like with this, it's like, okay, maybe it's actually something and he'll just be out for a few weeks. And sure enough, it's 4, which is on the higher end than I thought. But it sucks. Like it's one of those kind of injuries that like anybody would get injured from it because Jokic is a guy that could play through anything. You know, he's like the opposite of a lot of the players in today's NBA. So, that was how it was for me.
Joey, how do you think these guys are going to handle a Jokic injury? They have missing all 5 of their starters the other night. I saw Jamal and Aaron Gordon were back tonight, but obviously tight standings in the West. But do you think this can they absorb a extended Jokic?
I've got the feeling that they come out of this like 500, like not overall record.
2-2 right now,
but the stretch where he's gone it's a 500 run. Like they're gonna win some games they have no business winning, and they're gonna lose some games that they probably would have otherwise won. You know, with Jokic on the floor. I think Tass No Dunks he made the point about their depth has been kind of the weak spot of their rotation throughout the beginning of the season and so far. So this gives them a stretch to kind of get their legs underneath them and kind of, you know, find maybe some players that have been lying in wait, sitting on the bench. I don't think like Jokic needs the rest. You know, the whole argument like, oh, he's getting 4 weeks off, come back. Like he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's ever been like tired come playoff time. So I don't know if I'm buying that, but I do kind of buy this kind of will give them a chance to kind of see what they're working with and what they have. And then when Jokic comes back, they're gonna be fine. So I think if they can kind of stay, you know, if maybe they flop or flip with Minnesota, you know, kind of like flip flop with the Timberwolves, kind of right around there. they're not going to free fall. I don't think. I think they're going to just kind of come out of this. No.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of agree. That's probably where the bottom stops for them is getting behind Minnesota. But I think depending on, let's say this goes a little bit long in the 4 weeks, this maybe could become an issue as far as seeding comes in the playoffs. I know that's a concern they've had. Chris, are you more or less excited about this? Or
yeah.
Your face lit up.
There's a roadmap for Minnesota to the 2 seed. Like,
okay, here we go.
Easily.
Yeah.
It's not that
it's there. Yeah, it's not
crazy.
that crazy.
It's right. It's not like you guys look at it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
No, they're right there.
But Denver, my favorite thing with the Denver, like no one's afraid that they're gonna fall lower than 6. And I think my favorite thing about, I think it was Zach Lowe talking about like how Denver doesn't care to have a home game 7. It's like, they don't care because of what happened in a home game 7. So they like they'll just take it on the road, whatever. It can't be any worse than what's already happened to us. So I don't know. I'm not gonna read into it too much. I don't even care to like. Denver won the other night. That was a great win for them. With Philadelphia kind of embarrassing. I think Embiid played 40 minutes in that game and they lost. It's kind of
tough loss there.
But the Nuggets are gonna be fine. I don't want to harp too much on like how they're gonna be there. And it's nice to see some of the guys stepping up. I think Joey had a point where like give some guys some minutes that otherwise wouldn't get time. So good for them.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think a drop certainly is in the cards here, but probably not a crazy drop, and maybe just some movement here in the awards categories and all NBA stuff that unfortunately Jokic might end up missing out on if he falls below the threshold, which is kind of a bummer. So,
do they change the rule this season?
It becomes the Jokic rule.
It becomes the Jokic rule.
Jokic, the Wemby rule.
It kind of might have to be like if he plays like 60 games and does what he does, and then he doesn't win MVP, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey, what's going on? Well,
so wait, should we talk about like we should be 60 instead of 65? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying like, is this the straw that makes them get rid of the rule completely?
Yeah, I think they
should not get rid of it.
Oh, see, I think they should.
I don't think it's making any difference.
Yeah.
I think you should reward the players who are playing. And I think there's like going to be a lot of players like Kevin Durant might play 50 games. They'll be like, oh, he should be all NBA. It's like he played 50 games.
I think you could leave it
for the guys that played 65.
I think you could leave
65
it for
is a little high.
Maybe the like all NBA stuff, but I don't know. If Embiid or if Jokic plays 40 games, let's say like he's done. Let's say he comes back in one more game and something else happens, right? He's not going to win MVP.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to vote for him. It's like you don't need the game rule. Like the game rule isn't making load management any different. Like guys aren't resting anymore. Like you just kind of scared, I think, people with fines, but like I don't think the 65 game thing is making a difference in terms of like seeing players play more.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah,
that whole thing. But yeah, all right. We got another thing to talk about here. We kind of trying to remember back now to our pod. We called it right, the OKC loss, being to the Spurs, and then just continuing to lose to the Spurs.
I thought I was genuine. Wait, hang on. Okay, if I'm talking about the Spurs here, I said that they'd lose to the Timberwolves.
Okay, that's what it was.
And then the Spurs beat them to it.
That's how it happened. And then
remind
me of all these losses they've had. They've had so many here over the last couple of weeks.
They've had 3 to the Spurs of their 6, so that's cool.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So that's. I mean, obviously, it started a lot of talks of are the Spurs the OKC's kryptonite, but then losing to who was it? Charlotte the other night, last night.
Yeah, it's awesome.
20.
By 20.
On Knipple, dude, he's rookie of the year. That guy is unbelievable.
Facts.
And then Minnesota got them, correct? Or is that? Am I bringing up an old wound here? Minnesota beat them too.
Do you hear me when I'm talking?
I just don't remember if they.
I literally just said how they beat them.
They beat them to it, but I didn't know if they actually won the game.
I said like a minute ago. I've texted you guys about like how Finch went off on them and how like that started everything.
I remember
the Wolves.
All right, I remember it now. Now that you're saying it, I remember it.
You're just like, Spurs beat it 3 times. The Wolves. Chris Finch is the reason why SGA, who was 5th in the league in foul baiting, is now down to 31st in the league. since the Wolves game. It's because of Chris Finch.
If we take a break, Titus doesn't watch basketball.
Yeah, that's what happens.
He just goes.
This happened 2 days after our last pod. I looked it up to make sure.
Because I was a little.
I was at that game. It was unbelievable to see Finch just like storming half the court. It looked like a 6th guy on the court. And
I was upset
it's just
because
cool
you got the prediction right, and I wanted to be the Spurs, and then the Spurs 1-2.
They got him anyways.
Yeah,
and now it's not even cool to beat them anymore. Now it's like
the
Hornets are
normal. It's normal.
But yeah, it's weird.
To somebody 3. Who they lose to between?
The other.
The Spurs and Charlotte.
Not the Blazers. They already lost to the Blazers.
Lost to the Blazers.
It wasn't an
the Suns.
The Suns.
The Suns.
Okay, that was another.
Right.
Okay,
that was a great game.
Right.
Dylan Brooks. Talk about clutch. Booker with that step back. Like, we'll get to that in a minute, but that was dirty.
Okay, so Joey, we'll start with you here on this one. Is this saying more about OKC? Is this saying something about the Spurs that maybe they just kind of have their number here matchup wise, or is this dead? Period of the season, OKC maybe pulled up a little bit.
I feel like teams. I feel like the shine wore off, and teams kind of see them as a more gettable team now. And I think the Spurs seem to fear nobody and haven't feared anybody for like 3 seasons. Like I remember back before they had Wemby and they were still just like playing like carefree, and they seem to fear nobody. That's just kind of like the Spurs thing, even going back to the, dynasty Tim Duncan era. Like that's just who they are. And the way that they play them, which is kind of this like reckless abandon, but just like strong guard play.
Yeah.
Like really stretching out Oklahoma City and taking their good defenders and making them work their asses off on like every single play. It just kind of seems like a really good recipe against them. And then you like add in the fact of like, if Shea has to play the full game and you make him work like the Spurs are making him work. And if he's not getting like 35 plus, like they don't have the pickup to really like carry them the rest of the way. Like Jalen Williams isn't quite at, peak performance yet. I still think he's kind of finding his way back and trying to find his all NBA, finals, final strength from last year.
Yeah.
So like we were joking, right? Are the Spurs the kryptonite? And it's like, well, I think the Spurs could be the kryptonite for a lot of teams. It just happened that they caught them in that, 3 games in like 2 week kind of stretch that they did. But then like when you go and look at some of the other games too, like Caruso one game was like 1 of 13 and he took like 12 3-pointers. It's like, well, like no team is gonna win if Caruso's putting up 12 3-pointers. Like it's just not gonna happen. So like the Spurs deserve the credit because I think they have the kind of the recipe to beat some of these really good teams. But I really feel like Oklahoma City was daunting, and now they're not so daunting, and teams are kind of just like, hey, if we just run at you and we make your defenders work really, really, really hard, it stresses you out on offense, and Shea has to do all the lifting. If he can't do it, we got a chance to win.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah,
you were there.
Thunder are 18-1 without J-Dub and 12-6 with him. So it's like they should just package and trade him for Giannis, right? If you want to look at the stats. No, don't do that. Keep the team. They
dirty Chris.
It's just like when like Superman bleeds. It's nice to see that they're human. Like he's not human, but there's like a kryptonite to him in a way. So it's nice to see that the Thunder can be beat. It's not going to be another Warriors 73-9 season. It's kind of refreshing, and it's kind of like showing how like like people are now questioning like, well, last year they almost lost Game 7 in the finals. Now it's like where they're like the biggest fall from like dynasty to like frauds.
Team unbeatable.
They're frauds.
And you know what?
But like when the Timberwolves beat them, which nobody likes to talk about, it was like a good game.
When did they beat them?
And
when did that happen?
Yeah, and then the Spurs beat them 3 times is insane. And then like the Suns can feel like a team that could beat anybody because of the amount of steals and turnovers they produce. But when the Hornets beat them, it's like, wait, are the Hornets
here?
good? Even the Hornets are like, guys, are you okay? Like you're at home. Like this isn't supposed to happen. Like,
yeah, I mean there's back-to-back losses there to the Suns and the Hornets, and then they're only up 5 right now in the Jazz at halftime. No game talk, but
hashtag no game talk.
Hashtag no game talk. Oh,
I hope they lose.
That would be. I mean, it makes me honestly. It made me kind of respect those seasons from the Bulls and the Warriors a little bit more. The 70-win seasons, because all of a sudden, you go from it being like, oh my god, are these guys gonna win 78 games or whatever people are talking about, to
it seemed like a guarantee 2 weeks ago.
Like they're definitely winning 70. There's no way they're not winning 70. And then, they have this 6-6 stretch, and now it's something that's like that's gone. And now we're back talking the under now.
But you know what? I feel justified because I don't like the SGA free throw, and I'm in the majority on that one. So I'll get like TikToks and other posts I'll read that are like, hey, SGA is actually good. I don't know why everyone keeps saying that he's a foul merchant. Look at the stats. And it's like, now that he's fallen from 5th to like 31st, and they're starting to look like an above average team instead of like a legendary team, it's like, I think a little bit of it was the foul baiting, because just watching him play, it sucks. Like nobody else on that team, J-Dub's not producing like he should.
Yeah.
All of their, like you said, Caruso was 1 of 13 in one game. They don't have a 3-point knockdown shooter. Casey Wallace looks pretty good at times, but outside of him, Chet can create his own shot, a mean 2-pointer. But
Chet's been underwhelming.
He's been a little underwhelming, right? So this whole team, it's weird. They're still the best team.
Yeah, they're still the best team.
I still want to preface that. Like I'm trying to be negative here with them, but they are still like.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you guys, because they're still the best team, and I think still that obviously the championship goes to them. But they went from this looking like an inevitability of who we're all playing for second to, okay, let's start talking matchups and seeding and
So now it's like, now you guys will actually listen to me say, hey, the Wolves have a chance here. Just
I've always believed the Wolves could get to the conference finals.
He's always listening at the moment. It's just, does he remember?
I just don't remember. Yes, you're right. As soon as we stop the pod, it just all falls out of my brain. All right, yeah, I do agree. I think I can't remember. Speaking of can't remember, I can't remember which one of you guys brought it up, but their 3-headed guards seem to be an issue for OKC too as well. I was reading an article from
with Harper, Castle, and Fox.
Yeah, it seems to be
trio.
Yeah, big physical guards that can kind of get around their Dorts and the Carusos. So their scary backcourt defense isn't as scary to the Spurs, and then when you have that guy in the middle, it changes their offense quite a bit. So
it's
definitely
scary
interesting
when they can switch and double team and do all that fun stuff when they got to stay with their man, because they're going to get cooked if they do that. It's not as scary.
Not as scary. Exactly. Moving on to a team that has had a good stretch, not a bad stretch, solid stretch as we're calling it. Joey, how the Bulls been doing? Well, they won.
They just lost.
Yeah, they just lost.
They were on a 5-game streak, 5-2, 6-2. What are they?
I had looked it up earlier.
They're 2 games under 500 now, I believe.
There's some solid wins though in that stretch.
There were some solid wins in that stretch. The win over the Magic was probably the most solid, but then they followed that up with a very underwhelming performance against the Hornets.
Hornets pretty good.
Well, apparently. I mean, Hornets just beat.
That's true. That's true.
So you don't know with them.
They did beat the Pelicans.
About time.
Pelicans are naughty. Chris said, "Stop it! They're trash." Chris forgot the whole segment we did on the Christmas Day program.
No, I remember. They're trash. Keep going.
I don't know. Bulls are weird. Kobe White, Josh Giddey got hurt. Giddey's out another week or two. White's back with limited minutes, but biggest part is the past like 2.5-ish games. Buzelis has seemed like he has decided he wants this team for himself, almost to a fault at sometimes. Like he's kind of forcing everything. But when he gets it going and he's kind of cooking, it's really fun to watch. It's still a little chaotic for me in the paint. I'm trying to use his size and whatnot, but I don't know. The team's weird. Kobe doesn't fit in my opinion anymore. Like when he's in the game, they look they look like they're still catering to him as like the old guard, and like we have to make sure that Kobe gets what he gets his, and he still sometimes tries to be like downhill point guard, and he gets these just awkward positions, jumps for a layup, realizes he's screwed, tries to throw the ball out, and just these out of control passes.
You were right when you were worried when he came back.
I was really worried.
Yeah.
And like it's not obvious. Like it's not so obvious that you're like, man, they got their like force gate. Like you just really have to like pay attention and watch. And then after a while, you're like, something's weird. It doesn't feel right. So they had a good stretch. They got back to 500. They had some solid wins. They still like to play down to their competition. But I'm still standing by, like, they gotta turn this over. They gotta turn the keys over at some point here and just be like, we're gonna go young and we're gonna figure this out. And like, thanks, Kobe. Like, your contract's up. Like they're gonna get nothing unless they do it. But like a future of Buzelis, Giddey. I don't hate it. Io's been playing really well. Even Trae Jones, like Trae Jones is on a like ridiculously great contract right now, and he's looking like an absolute steal for them. So like they've got some pieces. I just think they have too many pieces in other places that don't fit for them right now. So while you said it's a solid stretch, I'm talking like negative, but I just feel like it's like false hope, like it's fool's gold, or gold, right? We get these little stretches from them where it's like, they're kind of good, and then it's just like back to let's lose 5 in a row. So
yeah. No, and that's kind of what I was feeling of it, but I did want your opinion on it because you're, obviously locked in on the Bulls. So, but no, it's good to kind of hear it does feel like that's maybe what it is a little bit more, just like a nice stretch. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just some good wins in another sort of mediocre season. Chris, any thoughts on the Bulls?
The Bulls
hot
need
stretch.
And okay, we're talking about a hot stretch for the Bulls. Okay.
I'm just with the Bulls.
I know they lost 136 to 101 to the Wolves when I was watching them.
That was the game Giddey and Kobe went out in like the second quarter.
It
was bad after that. Oh God, it was bad.
Off the rails.
They
lost Boston by a lot. Well, no,
Trae Jones is pretty good. Yeah. Like what Joey was saying.
They got some guys.
I don't know what to do with this team. Buzelis, I'm glad he's finally like I think I made the comment in our group chat with how it's nice to see Buzelis show up, because I just want him to have the ball, like get that usage rate up to like 30%. Like just let him cook, let him do what they're trying to, like Kobe White do. Kobe White should have been traded 10 months ago.
Yeah,
at the peak of his value. I don't know what they were thinking. It wasn't on the same timeline as Giddey or their other guys that they're thinking about investing when they drafted Asenge and all that. They need rim protection. I understand the Asenge draft. Of course, with that awful face he made trying to get a block. Maybe he's not the rim protector. Now he's hurt. I don't know. Yeah. But they need rim protection. This interior defense is embarrassing, guys. The Chicago Bulls let Rudy Gobert just get dunk after dunk. It's just, I think Edwards was getting standing. It was so weird watching. And then I'm watching Bulls in other games. Like it's just the paint is wide open here, guys. And they just like to get out and run, and it's fun. That's why, honestly, Trae Jones has been great. I think, what they should do? Ayo Dosunmu has value.
Here it comes.
Any mock trades for Ayo? Top of head.
So just off top of the dome. What do you think, Chris?
Off the dome for Ayo.
Want some Ayo time?
Minnesota. That feels like that's
Minnesota for I don't know. I don't know what Ayo is. Is he a playmaker? Because he seems like an off guard, like a Caruso, like a light Caruso.
I was gonna say Ayo is a no, he's not like I was gonna say Caruso. He's like Caruso with scoring ability, but his scoring ability is purely downhill. Like it's like fast break scoring ability. He can make a three here and there, but like he's like your perfect 6-man energy guy, comes in and just like runs like a maniac and makes layups.
See, that's what,
But he's
it's
really
nice to have that kind of guy when you're trying to, like Dante's like that, even though he's starting.
Yeah, he's just not like a point guard. He's like a confused player that the Bulls have.
Yeah, it's like they've never figured him out. They drafted him 4 years ago. They're still like, he's pretty good, I guess.
They're pretty good, but we can't figure out how to use him right. The same thing they do with every player that they draft that has potential.
Can't get rid of him either.
Right, because they're not going to get a pick or the value that they need.
That's been an issue with the Bulls.
I know, Titus, you're trying to be more positive with the Bulls. It's nice to see they have a good stretch. I'm still hopeful for them. I thought it was crazy that the Hawks and the Heat are always in the play-in for like the last 4 years.
Right back.
Love it.
And they're right there again.
Yep.
So, just keep fighting the good fight there.
Keep fighting the good fight. It's certainly another Bulls season. I'll say that. I'm trying to be positive, but it's been hard. Even during this little stretch here. The
only thing that makes it better is that the Bucks are somehow still behind them.
Bucks are bad. I think we were all under on the Bucks, right?
What's wild is like after the Orlando game, when I gave my number to the group chat, I almost was like, hey, they're only like a game and a half out of the 6th seed at this point. Like they're right there, and now they're like 3 games out. It's like, God damn it. Should have said it. I should have said it.
Should have said it. Should have had it when you had it.
Joey was over on the Bucks. Sorry.
Joey's over on the Bucks. He had to bring it up. He had to bring it up.
There's still time.
Still time.
There's always time.
Always trust Giannis.
Bulls will figure it out.
Bulls will figure it out. They'll luck into another number 1 pick, and then it'll all turn.
Hopefully, your kids can grow up knowing the Bulls is not an embarrassment. Just finish that fear.
He just knocked it back. Oh, he froze up.
I'm not even trying to like be. Like mean. I don't know. I genuinely want the Bull. Like,
this is. I mean, we've had this. This is the age-old debate between our group. Is we genuinely want the Bulls to be good, and sometimes that sounds like we don't like the Bulls.
Whatever. We all just can't move to different states, and that team be shit for 20, just 5 years, and then all of a sudden they magically are okay. Like, and then you act like, oh, I'm in Minnesota now.
Let's go Wolves.
I am living what I was hoping when I thought I was going to get in Derrick Rose. I am experiencing that.
It's great. You got Anthony Edwards. You got a number 1 pick.
It's a lot of fun.
That's the point. I keep saying that to the Bulls. They got a number 1 pick, and then things turned around. And amazing what that does. But anyways, I digress. All right. He was not a former number 1 pick, but he is on the market. Trae Young. Chris, what are you hearing? What are you hearing on the hot sheets for the Trae Young market? Yeah, is he coming to Minnesota?
The Nets. There was the Clippers, the Wolves, and I think it was the Nets that were all said they were circling. I can't say that word.
Circling
around training. They were monitoring the situation. There's a better word for me. And then it's like, okay, do we trade Julius Randle? I posted in some comments on TikTok to see who Julius Randle or Trae Young. Everyone said Julius. Some people said neither, which is bots. And nobody said Trae. Nobody likes Trae. Trae has value in the NBA. Should Trae just not play basketball be a professional basketball player? The guy's a 4-time All-Star. He's 27 years old.
He's a 4-time All-Star? That feels high.
He made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and like, oh yeah, but have you seen those? Those are Damian Lillard made it once. He's a top 75 player. Like,
also fake news.
Yeah. So, but like the thing is, Trae Young has value, and sorry, so I'm trying to defend him when really the news is just the point is. No team is genuinely interested in giving up assets to get Trae Young. The only team kind of interested is the Wizards, and from what I'm understanding is the Hawks would be giving up pick capital to get off of Trae's contract more than the Wizards would be giving picks.
Yeah.
So, and it would be McCollum,
Kispert,
Middleton, and maybe Kispert, or 2 of those 3. So that makes the most sense. Just get it done. I think they're just kind of waiting to see if there's a better deal that crops up because they have until the beginning of February. But that's it. And like, you know what? Trae Young in Washington, for me, makes sense. They have a lot of young wings, a young center in Czar, and just have like a veteran point guard kind of lead them a little bit. If it doesn't work out, they're off of him after next year. So just let it roll.
I love it. Joey, any spots that you felt could be a good spot for Trae?
No, Washington weirdly makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay.
From a logistics and team fit standpoint, it makes sense. What I found most weird is that the reports are saying that Trae Young sees Washington as like his preferred destination. That to me was like,
that's
so
cool.
I think that came out. I think he was posturing. I think because he saw the reports being like, none of these teams want him. But Washington showed interest. Cool. Like, Hey, I want Washington.
I want Washington.
I didn't want to go there anyway.
Yeah.
When I heard he was
Trae,
okay with Washington and was interested, I kind of got like, oh, you're just gonna go be like Bradley Beal 2.0 and like go to Washington and make like, you know, some scoring titles. And I was like, or are you gonna be like Russell Westbrook? I'd like the tail end of like, you know, hey, let's go to Washington and do some stuff. But Chris, your point is right. I mean, they've got some young players who just seem kind of off in the ether, kind of not knowing what they're doing and kind of just running, you know, chaos ball. Having an actual point guard could help them. It's just a matter of like, is he going to grow them or is he going to like stunt their growth by being, you know, Trae Young? But the other thing too is like, is this team going to play any sort of defense? Like, are you
not if you had Trae Young?
Right. Like you're already as bad as they are, and then you're adding in a guy who doesn't play any defense. Like, is it going to be really bad? But I think the best part of this whole thing is like the Hawks clearly made up their mind and made a decision, and Titus has got to be loving the Hawks right now, right? Like they've seen what they need to see. They said we're getting out while we can, and we'll take what we can get, and we'll go our separate ways.
If they would have listened to me, they wouldn't even have given him that contract. But here we are. And
you never give anybody a contract in Titus.
I never give anybody a contract. Nobody gets a contract. Have I been wrong, though? Have I been wrong? I said no to Zach. I said no to Trae. When have I been wrong? Thank you. I'll take your silence as a confirmation. Yeah, but no, I think in today's league, you can't have a guy.
Breaking news.
On the pod?
Trae Young traded for McCollum and Kispert.
Oh,
this is crazy.
Shams Bomb reported
during our segment
just now.
I just got it too.
I should turn notifications off.
All right, there it is.
All right, well let's grade the trade.
Perfect for the Hawks too. Like that's
wow. Yeah, all right.
Nice little wing that can shoot threes.
This guy is just about to disappear into like the nethers of the NBA land.
Yeah.
He's going to Washington? I mean, it makes sense. The Wizards are probably ecstatic, but they're going to sell some tickets, I guess. You know, they're going
to. Atlanta fans love Trae Young. I mean, Titus, you get it, like with the jersey and all. Yeah. Like people from Atlanta love Trae Young.
I mean,
he took him to the conference finals, man.
I was say he took him to the conference finals. He gave them some moments. I mean,
they had more winning years than not, right?
Right. He flipped off Madison Square Garden.
That guy's a legend in Atlanta. I understand that. And I completely agree with that. And if he had been on the Bulls, I would have said, yep, he's a legend forever. We don't need to sign him. That's exactly what I would have said. And then
he can be a legend, but he can be a legend for what he did, not what he's going to do. Did.
Exactly. Well said, Joey.
And that's trying to think of a contract you said no to that was a good one. It's so easy.
Good luck, my friends. Good luck.
Josh Giddey's going to be the contract that you would have said no to. That's going to be a good one.
No, I said they should get him as cheap as possible, and they did. I said they should have given him 20 or whatever.
Okay, whatever. All right, cool. Trae Young's gone.
Yeah, Trae Young's all right. Trae Young, the Washington Wizards. Wow, good thing we added that in there.
Great timing.
Great timing. News. Right on time. All right, with that, we can move into our fun segment for tonight. Joey had, we should pull up this picture here. Joey sent us a picture to the group chat, got us talking. So we can talk about the picture a little bit, and then we can talk about Joey's debate. The picture is of, I assume this is AI.
I'm assuming. I don't know. I saw it on wherever I saw it.
It says, who gets the last shot? And it's MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, and Bird all on the bench. Coaches around them. They're in a timeout here. And we had a good debate. We want to like recap our debate there. I think we all kind of. Oh no! All but Chris. Chris had some different takes here. Me and Joey were.
Chris really wants LeBron up in there, right? Like you want.
He wants him higher than Kobe.
He's so much more clutch than like we realize. It's so crazy.
I think we can get into that topic of clutch, but to me, this debate was a single shot.
Correct.
And I go, if it's a shot,
yeah.
If you're talking about who do I want to have the ball in their hands, okay, LeBron's maybe a little bit higher.
What's great about this question is just like off vibes.
It's just a vibes, yes.
It's just like, vibes. Hey, who do I trust the most? Who do I like?
All right, my five. I had Steph 1, MJ 2, Bird 3, Kobe 4, and LeBron 5. And you guys know I'm the biggest LeBron homer, so for me having him 5th says something there. But yeah, I don't see why this wouldn't be Steph. Joey, I know your list was similar to mine. I think you had a couple of spots changed.
Yeah, I think I swapped Kobe based on years, but I had Steph first was the big one for me, and I was just thinking purely the Olympics. I couldn't get the Olympics out of my head. No,
I can never get that out of my head.
Yeah.
Chris, you
I got that out of my head real quick because I'm like, Curry was never known as the clutch. I remember like when he was at Davidson, he gave up the final shot and they lost in the Sweet 16. I remember, Iguodala would hit the final shot, or Clay, Draymond would hit. I remember that more than Steph.
I just like if you've got one shot to win the game, you're like, he's the greatest shooter of all time.
I think
he's the absolute.
He's also going to be triple
greatest shooter of all time. Well, you got to scheme him open, Chris. We're not like.
He was triple teaming the Olympics, and LeBron and KD were open on the other side of the court.
That was the most. I can agree that was the most insane shot that we'll ever see.
You're gonna triple team any of these guys, right?
No, but like, MJ and Kobe, they always like figured out ways to separate themselves.
Yeah, I think you're right.
LeBron too. I don't know why I'm trying to.
LeBron can get to the basket.
I added Bird because it's funny to see Bird in here, so that's why I kind of wanted to just say because the question I thought was silly. So I'm like, Bird, he just knows where to be at the right time.
Yeah,
he's just really heady.
The
right footwork and
great footwork.
There's something about him that I feel like I can just trust a little bit more than the other guys. I don't know. It's not true at all, but that's kind of what I was trying to get with my text. I don't think you guys picked up.
Likes the big slow white man.
That's great. Big slow white man. He's got great body control. Not very athletic. Great body control.
He may not be the most athletic. He's kind of sneaky though.
Sneaky athletic, and then the body control and the headiness makes up for it. But I got us talking. Joey said, "Who would you add to this list from current players?" And then it kind of gave us a little bit of the under 30. So that takes some of the bigger names off the list.
I was trying to get Durant out of the mix. That was really the name
exactly who
in my head
will come out of there. You guys want me to give you my list of names that I had come up with?
Okay.
Do you have them in order of importance?
I had them I had them in order that I kind of thought of them.
Okay.
And then I do have a player that I ended up taking, and I have some stats to back that up.
Okay.
And then I have a guy for this season. I have some stats for that. So, but first I'll give you my list, and then I want to see what you guys think. We'll bounce off that. So the first guy I thought of was Jokic, and this maybe isn't a shot. Maybe this might be 30. Ball in the hand. He is 30. He is exactly 30. I took that as on the line, but not over 30. So, and this is why so if he's not on there, it's fine. But my other names, I'll just rip them off here: Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jalen Brunson, Jaylen Brown, and then Jamal Murray. Those were the guys that I had. I don't know if any of those guys rise to add them onto that bench there, but those are certainly the guys under 30 in today's game that I would.
Do you just actively not watch the team that I watch a lot?
I cannot believe the names you left off this list.
All right, give me some names because I know who you're talking about, Chris, and it's
problematic. Anthony Edwards should be on the list.
Should be on the list. I think that's an omission by me. I just don't have the memory of him.
Unfortunately, SGA should also be on the list.
Yeah, that was those two. Yeah,
SGA is egregious, but I also think what is he going to hit? A couple of clutch free throws.
Yeah,
you're right.
I guess I'm thinking about a shot. Like he's going to get.
We know what the move is, but it works more often than not.
I guess it works more often than not. And what's the other one?
The third egregious name is Halliburton.
Oh, okay, Halliburton. You know what it was? Because I was looking at current season stats, so that's probably why Halliburton didn't come.
Fair enough.
But those are egregious. Halliburton is egregious for sure. Ant is a maybe, and an SGA, sure, whatever.
I think Donovan Mitchell is a.
Yeah, he's nasty.
It's a stretch. No.
Oh no! I thought he was. I don't nasty,
like
man.
It. I don't like it.
You don't like Donovan Mitchell?
I don't like Donovan Mitchell on this list.
All right,
I don't like it.
So some stats. I got some stats.
Stats.
The clutch stuff is weird. Like
yes,
you look
it's
at
very
clutch
weird.
Stats, it can take a lot of different ways. I took it from teams when they're behind or tied, in the last 2 minutes.
I like this.
What is everyone's? Cooper Flagg leads the league.
Yeah, I know.
With
He's
11 made field goals.
Behind a lot.
Yeah, right. They're also 5-14 in those games. Anthony Edwards has the highest field goal percentage at 71%, going 10-14 in these kind of situations. So that's why. And Shea is 64% 9-14. So he's one shot worse than Anthony Edwards so far this year. Donovan Mitchell's 8-20. So, and when I see all these shots, I'm like, this is it kind of feels like what I see, because when I see Donovan Mitchell take it, I'm like, this might not go in. When I see Anthony Edwards take it, I'm like, this is going.
Going in.
Jokic is 7-15. One name that we got to start maybe thinking about more often. I don't know. Yes, they're playing the Thunder right now. Keontae George.
Okay.
Guy averages 24 points a game. He's 8-12 in clutch situations for Utah. This guy is very good at playing basketball. Him and BJ Edgecombe is another name that just those two in the clutch are like
just start
really turning it up. So,
Joey, your thoughts?
I like the wrinkle of down, but I think I was thinking of this more of like the question, like game's tied, there's 2.5 seconds, you got a sideline out of bounds play.
I love this.
You're drawing a play up for one guy on this list. He's coming off action, he's coming off a screen, he's getting the ball, he's pump faking once, one dribble, and he's putting it up.
He's really painting a picture right now.
Who do you take? My list went down to 3 people. Jokic gets knocked off the list because I think he's the one probably making the pass.
Okay. True.
He's the one making the pass in.
Right.
SGA came off the list as well because I envisioned.
Not so good.
I don't know why. I envisioned it being a 3-point need for some reason in my scenario. That left me with Brunson, Halliburton, and Anthony Edwards.
Okay, that's a good list.
Yeah,
and
excuse me.
When I kind of narrowed it down, I kicked off Halliburton then because I was thinking, last playoffs, like he was clutch, but a lot of those shots were like, heaves. They were lucky shots in a weird way. Like he's clutch, but they were lucky. Then I went down to 2 guys who are either gonna, pump fake you and make the 3 or take the 3 and it's going to be a good look, or they can take that one dribble in towards the basket and pull for a mid-range and can be lethal with it, which is Anthony Edwards and Brunson.
Yeah.
And then from there, I kicked out Anthony Edwards and I actually ended up with Jalen Brunson because
I think I agree.
Jalen Brunson,
yeah.
Like if you're running the play and you've got like that 5-second stretch where you can get a guy downhill, like it's just a weird scenario. Like that's the way I was kind of like doing this, is I was drawing the scenario and I was like, well, Brunson can get 2 shots and have a really good look at both of those shots. Anthony Edwards could do the same thing, but like Brunson's mid-range, I think, is probably slightly ahead of Anthony Edwards' mid-range right now.
And the way he can post up as a 5-foot listed at 6-foot guy. Like he can just get every close shot just goes in.
6-foot guy.
I agree with that. I do want to say clutch. I looked at clutch time the last 10 seconds.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is the only player in the league, whether they're winning or losing in the last 10 seconds, he's 4 for 4. Everyone else either has 3 or fewer mades. So Jalen Brunson's 2 for 2. Keontae George is 3 of 8. So is Sengun. And Mitchell's also 3 of 7. So yes, Joe, you're spot on with your with Edwards and Brunson. Brunson, I'll yield. I don't want to feel like I've just been a little aggressive tonight. I apologize for that, but I do want to make sure Anthony Edwards gets his flowers to some degree. But Brunson is very clutch. Let's just leave it at that.
All right, I love it. I did go a different way. Not surprising. I went with.
I guess you start doing things like I need to take a drink every time Titus says.
I went a different way. So yeah, I went a different way with that. I took it. So I was thinking, I guess, like, to paint a picture like Joey, he was thinking of shot. I need to make a 3-pointer and possibly fake to get to the lane and hit a mid range. I was thinking of the original question of the picture. Who could we, like, who is sort of closest to that? And I should maybe say that this is still way away from that. But somebody that I felt like had those moments, like you talk about the Jordan moments, the Steph moments. So I started looking up some stats, and I found this website. It is called, hold on, let me see it. Unpredictable, and they do clutch stats. So I don't know if any of these stats
what
are
virus did you get?
I got a lot of viruses. So I don't know how accurate all of these are. So I'm just going to throw this out there. But it did match up with like Cooper Flag being number one. So like that was same thing in the NBA. So I looked on some career stats for a certain player, and the way this website has it broken down is their percentage of or their effective field goal percentage in certain scenarios. So one scenario is garbage time, one scenario is normal time, one scenario is clutch, which they define as, let me see here, hold on. They define clutch as shots taken that have an elevated impact on win probability. So take that for what you want. And they have clutch squared, which is shots crucial to game outcome, top 1% in potential win probability impact. I don't know how they're measuring this. I don't know where they're getting that from, but it sounded legit to me. So anyway, sounds good, Joey.
Sounds great. Let's keep going. What do you got here?
So this player for his career has a 54% in garbage time effective field goal percentage, 51% in normal shooting time, but that increases to 56.2 in the clutch, drops a little bit down to 40% in clutch squared, but that is still above league average of 37%. And in 2023, which was simultaneously with a very long, deep playoff run, they were 36% in garbage time, 43% in normal time, but 73% effective field goal shooting percentage in clutch time, and 90% shooting effective field goal percentage in clutch square time. And that is my pick, Jamal Murray. And then this was in the playoffs, by the way, just the playoffs.
Oh, okay, with the half court.
So I went like, I know this is very cherry picked. I went to what's the most clutch time of the season, the playoff time, who has had a great run, and the fact that his career stats in the playoff go up in the clutch, effective shooting percentage is really cool for me. And then that finals run, which with my own eyes, I remember him being just super clutch. The way those stats kind of panned out, I just thought that was kind of fun, and I would give Jamal Murray the ball.
That's a good pick.
Can't hate it. It's not a terrible pick.
Not a terrible pick.
What
was fun.
What pains me the most in this entire exercise is that we're taking someone off of the bench of that picture, and the three characters that we put up. I don't foresee any of them potentially
getting there.
Ever getting to the level of the stature of any of those guys' careers.
With Jalen Brunson, Jamal Murray,
or Anthony Edwards.
I could just Anthony Edwards, even Anthony Edwards to that level. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but of the three, I would give Ant the nod as the most potential.
And he has the most potential because he has the most well-rounded game of them all, and the most chance to be the superstar. Like, and they're also, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all superstars. But
Edwards is only 24. I think Brunson's already 29, and Jamal Murray's 28.
Jamal Murray only shows up in the playoffs, so let's be real.
I mean, the fact that we talked about the Nuggets at the beginning, the very first topic, and not one of us mentioned Jamal Murray being able to carry the team for a month.
We'd even play.
He was out. Like he had been out for a while, so it's like, game.
Jamal Murray's 28.
Yeah.
But look, if he's, we'll go back to that. But if they're there in the playoffs, I think the Nuggets are still a threat. So, but that was a fun exercise. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, there's nobody I see replacing anybody on that list.
No,
maybe Bird.
It was a solid 5 that they put on there.
Solid 5.
If we're wrapping up, one thing I wanted to, I like to do this when a big trade happens. So, do we believe the Wizards will win more games with Trae Young, or do you think they'll lose more games with Trae Young?
I think they'll win more games.
I think they win more games.
They win more games,
yeah,
right? So they are better at playing basketball because they have Trae Young.
Yeah.
And the Hawks, Dyson Daniels is only 22. Speaking of young, I thought he'd been in the league for.
He's a pup.
I thought he was like 26, maybe 27.
He's a pup.
He's a pup.
He's a problem.
Yeah, Atlanta. I think Atlanta got a little bit better.
Both teams got better, right?
Both teams got better. I think Atlanta got better in a real way. Washington got better in a Band-Aid way.
In a fake, yeah.
In a fake Band-Aid way.
Yeah.
They got better this season. They did not get better long term. But that's fine. They haven't been good at all for a while. So
it's fair.
Anything else tonight, boys?
No siree.
All right. Well, that is it for us tonight. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide those DMs. Be sure to like and subscribe, rate and review on YouTube and Spotify. We very much appreciate that. So for the boys, and until next time, Box Out.